Yo, what's the word? What's the word? What's the word? Shutdown Deacon, creating vision, wounds to wisdom. Wounds to wisdom. Wounds, wounds, wounds. You know, that hurt, that pain. You ain't the only one. It's always somebody out here that's going through much, much worse than you. Always remember that, and that it does get better. No matter what that challenge that you're up against, the battle is already won. So, battle victory in your mind. Battle victory in your mind. Victory in your mind of the battle is already won. Everything that come against you and all those different things that's not working out, those may be pivots of what comes against you, and those people that's not for you. I always speak on that. Those could be things that come against you to kind of get you off your purpose, and you get all lost in the sauce and chaos and confusion, and you want to clap back and have the most to say, and then get all critical about how they treat you and stuff instead of rising above. That's the pivot into being the better person, or to be up against that which comes against you, that challenge of adversity. And you are already victorious, and you already have what it takes to win, especially those that are in a dark place. Everybody that's going through, life, and you think that it's just not gonna get better. It is. It's gonna get better when you make up your mind to say that it's gonna be better. And that's the pivot right there. You start with the mindset of I can overcome this hardship, and start hoping. Start hoping that it gets better. Start hoping that you can get some more money in your pocket. Start hoping that you can get a better job, or find some direction in life, or some more food in your refrigerator, whatever it is that excites you. You want better friends. You want better furniture in your house. You want a house. You want a car. You can name it, and you can claim it. And that's how it goes. And you can be all those things. And that's what Shutdown Deacon create the vision is creating a platform for, just to have that hope to do better when life treats you the opposite way. Don't stay stuck. That's Shutdown Deacon creating the vision right there to move forward, make some progress. And if you don't have nobody to help you make some progress, you can come on over here to Shutdown Deacon channel. Just come on over here to the channel, and do you, and sit back and just try to put those things together, because I don't have all the answers for you, but I could tell you what works for me and what didn't work for me up until now. You know what I'm saying? And then go forward with doing better. That's how you get better. You got to go forward. You don't stay around. You don't stay around, because there's nothing already in it. You already did what you needed to do. So if it's just kind of fearful, you need to just say that, I don't have no more fear about that stuff. You can't care about what, the enemy's gonna come against you with. You can't care. Like, oh, you're gonna be all afraid about not having something. And there's too much more to have on the other side of that. So of course you're gonna get, off that, if that's the goal for you to have more, and you're gonna be triggered to think that it's less. Good stuff, ain't it? I'm saying that I'm just getting more comfortable too, and I ain't saying what to do and what not to do, but you're gonna find what works. You can tell a tree by its fruit, and then you ain't wrong, but you just not doing it right. Maybe, maybe this is not like a drag. I ain't here to drag nobody. It's a here to I'm here to testimony, to testify, to be the testimony, to sweat it out with you. We could sweat it out. Definitely could sweat it out, because even as I get better, I'm learning. And that might be a little nervous. It might be nervous in the beginning. You don't know what it's gonna come to, but you keep hoping for the best. That's what the hope is, for the best. And the victory is already won. So challenge yourself for the next 30 days to do it better than yesterday. And I can't, critique that enough. It's got to be better in all areas of your journey. And your journey is your journey. And every day it's a chance to make that, more for you, not for nobody else. They can add to it, or it could be better with them. But it's all about your pivot and your mindset into, there is better coming for you. And it's not always about the stinking thinking and all the stories that you hear that's all negative or sad and full of hardship and pain. Yeah, it's gonna be stuff. It's just gonna be stuff, and the challenge is to learn from that, and don't bleed on people that didn't cut you, and that's what it is. You take all the problems out on other people for no reason other than you don't know what else to do. You got to hold yourself accountable and say that this is what it is. For me, not the grass is green on the other side, but it's where you water it. That's for me. And that's why I try to help understand the two. We all are different and we don't have to agree. Can we agree to disagree and then move forward? I don't need you to be like me. You can't think like me. You can only add to that or show me another way to be better with that whole idea or aspect or nugget, portion, part. Yep. So it gets bigger and better. And when we get out of the fear of that something is gonna come up against you just because that's what you used to. Nope, you gotta change that. Change that for the better, that you can overcome all that stuff. If it's sadness, if it's pain, hurt, it's all from yesterday. Think of the things that you can control, especially when other people is involved. You cannot control that stuff. Those people kind of, they dug their own graves, and we all do. You sold into that, and you reap it. There's no wrong in that, and we all kind of can piggyback off each other's stuff, and that's not, gonna get you nowhere unless it's adding to you. If it's an asset or is it a liability? And that's what we used to. We just used to being stuck. We just used to everybody else pain and suffering and sadness and just broke ideas and mindsets. It's always about more. It's always about more, not less. And we can get it all twisted with that whole mindset, the stinking thinking. I ain't gonna have no more. You are enough already. And you ain't produced it because you don't believe it. And that's what it is. To get the mindset back on the right track and off of all that other stuff. Focus on who you are and what's on your name, ID, or whatever. Who you were meant to be, called to be. And not annoying, not an irritation. It's all for good. And you got to be the good. It's not always going to be coming to you unless you're doing it. Isn't that wonderful? And you can be the awesome work of that. Reap and sow, reap and sow. Good. Always having, always having, always having. That's the mindset right there. There ain't no stinking thinking in that. Always having, always having. More than enough. Overflow. Those are pivots from lack to abundance. To not having, to having something. And you got to have something in your mind. And then it'll relate back down to your pockets or your bank account or the actions that you take to improve that. It's not going to be all about just a handout. That's the pivot. That's the doing the work. And this is my job, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, to make the connection. It ain't about not having it and crying over spilled milk. It's being reactive and sowing into something better. You can sow into something better, and this is what I want to do to be a better human being into the world, and you can sow into that stuff. And it's something that your heart is called to do and to be. I know that for sure. And it's not into what somebody else got going on. It's what you can do better than them, almost. Without no pride. We all here to just be better for one another and implement that change. This change is needed. Entertainment is good, and we want to be entertained in that stuff. It's always a nice way to get out of the race of life. It's entertainment, but you don't always need to be entertained, because it'll keep you from knowing what's serious or what's not so, entertaining. You can't be entertained by everything all the time. It's time to sit down and take care of real business. And the trend is standing on business. And how many people can say that just standing on business is a regular job? That's the blueprint right there. It's not like a 2-week check and then no more, or just go to work every day and that's, it right there. No, it's more of a blueprint. 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 It's a broader reach. And I appreciate everybody for hanging out and just doing the work. Doing the work. And that's where we at to get better on the journey. Shutdown Deacon, and thank you. I appreciate you. And help with me to create more vision, because it does get kind of, difficult. It's not going to always be easy. It's not. And it gets difficult, and that's where you get your community and you find out what's what from that. And it's not no hateration. It's not no negative emotions. It's about you, and that'll be me, and the way that I approach the life that I want to live and the reality that I have for myself. And it ain't dependent on everything else. It's not. And every day is a chance to get that and get a hold of it. And you gonna work this thing out. You just work this thing out as it should, and don't take it for the way somebody else is doing it. That's so important. Don't take it for the way somebody else is doing it. That kept me quiet for a long time, just watching the other people, and that's so important now that everybody is kind of pivoting back towards me or the whatever the approach is. It does it becomes that. It becomes that. And you can't control it. And you do better with that. And I don't have all the answers. I ain't saying I do. But I know what I know from learning the way to do it, to start. And there's no way to finish until you finish. So you got, or a shortcut. I think that's what the instant gratification is. If you want a quick fix, and you got to get it, it's not a drive-through. You got to get it from the long-term win, and just stick it out, and the seasons of it, they'll catch up eventually. Shutdown Deacon, thank you.